For 5 decades, the nation's capital has celebrated the success of the Washington Redskins. But 1986 loomed as a question mark. The Redskins marched into the '86 season to a new beat. Gone were Super Bowl heroes Joe Theismann and John Riggins. In fact, opening day was the first time Redskin fans had ever seen some of the team's newer players.
Hey, Brian, welcome to D.C.
Jay Schrader takes the snap, backpedals straight back, fires it out over the middle, got a man, it's Cullen Bryant, the 10, into the end zone, touchdown, Washington Redskins. Rogers is the lone back. Snap, Rogers the carry over the left side. Touchdown, Washington Redskins. Oh, he didn't mess around that time. Raleigh McKenzie and Don Warren. Again, it's Didier in motion. There's the snap, a Rogers fake, bootleg for Schrader. Celebrates before he even gets to the end zone. Touchdown, Washington Redskins.
Yeah, I think first win means a lot. You know, you do get on a high. Particularly, you can imagine having lost a game and be facing the Raiders. I mean, that's awful. Raiders are bad enough.
The next generation was not intimidated. The LA Raiders were the second of 5 straight teams to fall. And each time out, the Redskins showcased a different team strength. The Raiders disappeared beneath the Redskin pass rush. Year in and year out, one of the NFL's very best. The NFL's premier pass-catching tandem got hot in San Diego, making key catches in a dramatic come-from-behind victory.
Clark near side, Monk Farr. Going to the deep side to Clark in the end zone. Did he catch it? Touchdown, Washington Redskins.
The Seattle Seahawks discovered what a classic big back can do, running behind pro football's most accomplished offensive line. The Redskins' Steve Cox even had the NFL's longest field goal.
Snap is good. Schrader's hold is good. Kick is up. Plenty of leg. Will it make it? It's good!
But the common thread that ran through all of Washington's wins was second-year quarterback Jay Schrader. The former minor league baseball player took charge. From day one, the man nicknamed Kid Natural performed like a champion, even though football was not his chosen profession.
Baseball is my first love. There's no doubt about it. And when I was growing up, the only thing I wanted to be was the next Johnny Bench. He was my idol and everything else. Unfortunately, things didn't work out, and I was able to fall back on football.
His methods were sometimes unorthodox, but his athletic ability and his awesome right arm carried the 25-year-old whiz kid to the Pro Bowl.
It's almost good that he's so young because he maybe doesn't even realize what's going on around him yet. He's got a great arm, he's got a great body, he's tall. I really think he hasn't tapped his ability yet.
Anybody that can throw a football 75, 85 yards down the field with accuracy can win a lot of football games for you. So that's one characteristic he has. He's a great vertical passer.
Somebody looks like they're going to come open deep. If I have a 50-50 shot, I'm going to throw it deep. I have a lot of faith in my receivers. When I throw the football and they're a one-on-one coverage, I'm believing that my receiver's going to win.
Schrader can also drop in short passes to running backs Kelvin Bryant and Keith Griffin. In longer yardage situations, Bostic, Grimm, and Thielman made Jacoby and McKenzie form an impregnable barrier, allowing Jay time to find tight ends Don Warren, Terry Orr, and Clint Didier. But But Jay Schrader's most dangerous weapons are his wideouts. For the second straight season, Art Monk and Gary Clark led all NFL wide receiver tandems in receptions, playing as well in a rare defeat as they did in victory.
I really don't look at statistics. The bottom line for me is win and loss. It doesn't matter how you got there or anything else. The bottom line is the wins and the losses.
Big gamble on 4th down.
No, it's not a big gamble, is it?
Snap, hand to Rodgers, right side, breaks it back inside. He's gone! It's going to be a touchdown! George Rodgers, touchdown, Washington Redskins.
All right, he went out of the I formation. He did not go in motion. He ran behind.
Their record going into a Week 9 encounter with the Minnesota Vikings was a division-leading 6-2. Washington trailed by 2 touchdowns with 5 minutes to play, and Art Monk's spectacular catch still left them 1 score behind at the 2-minute warning.
The thing that I take the most pride in is making the play when it needs to be made. We've had a couple of situations this year where somebody needed to rise up and make a big play.
46 yards away, back goes Schrader. Deep drop, scrambles off to the right, to the far side, loads it up, firing it deep. He's got Didier, diving catch at the 2. Didier holds on. Yes, 1st and goal, Redskins. What a great play. And for the first time this year, the booth is shaking.
Oh, I'm telling you.
George Rodgers scored a game-tying touchdown, sending the contest into overtime.
13:32 to go in overtime. Quick out on the far side to Clark. Spins away from his man at the 30, 25, 20. Scoots down the sideline. Is he gone? Touchdown, Washington Redskins. In overtime, they beat the Vikings.
After 9 weeks, the Redskins were now 7-2, tied for first place in the NFC East. But over the past 4 weeks, they'd given up 116 points. And one had to wonder how much longer Jay Schrader and the offense could keep them on top. The Redskins' pass rush never lost its muscle. The bare-knuckled backbone of this rush was All-Pro defensive end Dexter Manley, a man with that big play knack.
Shotgun again. Kramer loses the snap. Manley's back there, traps it in the air, and he's gone. Touchdown, Washington Redskins.
Manley's 18 sacks set a new single-season team record. And when Dexter didn't make the play, his counterpart Charles Mann usually did. And he, too, could evoke strong emotions. Dave Butts, Dean Hamill, Darrell Grant, Steve Hamilton, and Marcus Cook could stop ball carriers in their tracks, and they were not alone. Middle linebacker Neil Olkowitz could clog. Outside linebacker Monty Coleman could cover. Rich Malott, Mel Kaufman, Calvin Daniels, and Sean Burks could create turnovers. Rookie defensive backs Todd Bowles, Tim Morrison, and Alvin Walton pounded their way into playing time. Veterans Curtis Jordan, Barry Wilburn, Ken Coffey, and Vernon Dean rounded out the last line of defense. And of course, there was Pro Bowl cornerback Darrell Green. For 4 weeks, the Redskin defense not only had bent, it had broken. Beginning with Week 10, there would be no way over, under, or through the burgundy and gold.
Monk and Clark out wide to the far side now, or Clark wide to the near side. Monk in motion now to the near side to join him. Back is Schrader to pass. Good pressure. Lobs it up in the air in a hurry. Got Sanders at the goal line. Touchdown, Washington Redskins, on a great reception by Ricky Sanders.
In Green Bay, the offense managed only 16 points. but the defense piled up the Packers.
Didier comes in motion to the near side. Again, they're driving towards our left. Schrader to pass. Flops it up in the air. He's got Clark at the goal line. Caught it. What's the call? Touchdown, Washington Redskins.
On Monday Night Football, the Redskins overran the 49er pass pocket, then helped themselves to Joe Montana's passes to preserve a 14-6 win. Next up, the Dallas Cowboys.
1st and 10 Redskins at the 14 of the Cowboys. Schrader takes the snap, hands to Rodgers. Big hole up the middle. Touchdown, Washington Redskins.
This was Washington's most convincing victory of the season.
Motion to the far side by Art Monk. Schrader blitzes on. Gets it away into the blitz. Cut it up to Didier on the far side. Caught it at midfield. He breaks it down to the 40, to the 30, to the 20, the 15, the 10. He's going all the way. Touchdown, Washington Redskins. Schrader hands to Kelvin Bryant. Sweeping to the near side with a block from Didier at the 20. Inside the 20 to the 10. Spins at the 5. Touchdown, Washington Redskins.
On a foggy November afternoon, the Redskins arrived at Busch Stadium in St. Louis, needing just one more win to clinch a spot in the NFL playoffs. Touchdown passes to Terry Orr and Gary Clark kept the Redskins close. And in the game's final seconds, a field goal won it. Washington clinched a playoff berth for the 4th time in Joe Gibbs' 6-year tenure. The following week, Redskin fans cheered their team toward a division title. But the New York Giants refused to cooperate. At Mile High Stadium in Denver, Washington took the eventual AFC champions to the wire before dropping a 1-point decision. On the regular season's final weekend, they fell behind the Eagles 14-0. Fortunately, Jay Schrader's razor-sharp passing touch undid the early damage, sending the Skins into the playoffs, a 21-14 winner. Nonetheless, there were nagging doubts. Had back-to-back losses to the Giants and Broncos weakened the team's will to win? Were the 1986 Redskins running out of steam?
All day, baby!
Number 32. Number 28. Darryl Green.
In the wild card round of the NFC playoffs, the Washington Redskins came out to face the rugged Los Angeles Rams. Many wondered if Washington would come undone under playoff pressure. But this next generation of Redskin champions proved that they were made of quality stuff.
Back is Schrader to pass on 3rd down. Sets, fires in the end zone. Touchdown, Washington Redskins. Kelvin Bryant on a deep post.
What a good throw by Jay Schrader.
They shut down the league's leading rusher, Eric Dickerson. Kicker Jess Atkinson added 4 timely field goals. The Redskin rush buried young Jim Everett. Washington ran away from the Rams in a decisive victory. And by the way, if there's still any doubt as to who really is the fastest man in pro football, let it be forever put to rest.
It's a horse race. 50. Darrell Green's going to catch him at the 30, the 20, pulls him down at the 16-yard line.
The only man on a football field that could catch Eric Dickerson was Darrell Green.
And they pat each other on the fanny as they walk away. Nice run, nice catch.
And they're both going to the Pro Bowl in Hawaii. Playoff programming lineup here. Programming lineup.
From Soldier Field in Chicago. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Frank Herzog, along with Sam Huff and Sonny Jurgensen. These Washington Redskins come into this game as a wild card team, the second best team in the National Football Conference's Eastern Division this year. The big problem is, what is this young, powerful Redskins offense going to be able to do against the #1 defense in the whole league?
The Washington Redskins were not impressed. The Redskins had a defense of their own, one that gave the great Walter Payton no place to run, and little Doug Flutie no place to hide. Nonetheless, as afternoon became evening, the Bears clung to a 13-7 lead.
Deep drive, sets up, good protection, fires it out over the top, incomplete, no, picked off. Darrell Green's got it at the 40, back to the 35, to the 30, back to the 25-yard line and down. The big turnover. 3rd and 7, Schrader rolls out to his right, sets up, fires it deep, he's got Monk all alone, end zone, touchdown, Washington Redskins.
Yeah, yeah!
The floodgates were open, and the Washington Redskins special teams poured through. Joe Gibbs' Washington Redskins were now the first wild card team to advance to the NFC Championship game since 1980. A headline in a Chicago morning paper had boldly stated, "Bears ready if Redskins show up."
Hey, man, we showed up. Hey, they ain't got to say it no more because the Redskins showed up for sure.
You know, it'd give us a little incentive. I mean, if we show up, you know, we was going to show up. We didn't know. You know, you never predict how you're going to play, but, I mean, geez, don't ever say, you know, the Redskins aren't even going to show up.
We came out on top. I think that just shows you the spirit and the enthusiasm on this team and the players that are involved. I think that we got a great team here, and I think we've proven that today.
They'd answered all questions, silenced all critics, and moved to within a single win of their 3rd Super Bowl appearance in the 1980s. The next generation had arrived.
It's Nate, number 11, Bill Sims.
One giant hurdle remained in Washington's path to Super Bowl 21.
Looking to his left, now starts to scramble, dumps it into the end zone, caught, touchdown, Lionel Daniels.
Well, it looked like he might have gone over the line of scrimmage, but I don't see a handkerchief.
Lobs it deep. He's got a man. Clark at the 35. Dropped the football at the 30. Oh, Kerry Clark, lay there. Crawl under a stripe because you should have had that ball.
All right on the money.
Right in his hands.
They climbed to the pinnacle, then fell back to earth. But there was still so much to be proud of. Over the past 5 seasons, the winningest team in pro football has been the Washington Redskins. And to a man, they all believe the best is yet to come.
Nobody gives up. We don't have any quitters on this football team. Things may look real bad, but nobody quits. We can come back on anybody. And hopefully we can continue that for a long time.
The only thing this team didn't do in 1986 was beat the New York Giants, but they went down fighting, and they didn't back off an inch. These then were the 1986 Washington Redskins, a team steeped in the winning ways of its proud 50-year tradition, entering a new season with a bit of unfinished business.